Hey everyone, welcome back to the show. This is Anthony.
And this is James. Let's talk about some movie news. There was a lot to get to this week. Box office, Shang-Chi is still killing it at the box office. I think they're up to $330 million. And then this month coming up, we have a ton of releases coming out. We're going to get a special early screening of Venom, Let There Be Carnage on Monday night. Tomorrow night, we got invited by IMAX to go to IMAX headquarters again in Santa Monica.
Pretty cool.
And we'll have like the screening and like some Q&A and some refreshments afterwards. It'll be a lovely evening.
We'll make some videos for y'all, and we'll do a special review of Venom that will release after the date of the movie's release.
Yeah, we're super excited to check it out because IMAX is super cool how they invite us to these early releases, and hopefully we'll get to go to like Dune early and not Skyfall, but No Time to Die early, and maybe some other big movies that come out. Obviously, French Dispatch isn't playing in IMAX, but you know those other like big action blockbusters. Let's go for free. That'd be sick.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Venom. It looks awesome.
In terms of news, I think the first thing I want to talk about is The Secrets of Dumbledore, the new Fantastic Beasts movie, got its title. It's coming out in April 2022, so they actually bumped that up. It's a nice change of pace to get a movie pushed forward rather than back, which we've been used to for the last 18 months.
And it's not a summer release, but it's close enough to summer. It's almost May. And although the first two Fantastic Beasts were a little underwhelming, I have high hopes for this because Steve Kloves is helping J.K. write the screenplay, whereas she wrote them on her own, the first two. So I think it might pull back the reins of her storytelling in the first couple that didn't quite pan out for film. And Kloves always was the best adapter of her novels.
Yeah, so he did all of the Harry Potter films except for Goblet of Fire.
Order.
Was it Order? Oh, my bad. So Order of the Phoenix he didn't do. So other than that, though, he did them all, which is why I think they're so great. And I think the Order is maybe the weakest script compared to the book.
Yeah.
For an adaptation, possibly.
That's what I say.
Not that J.K. is not a great writer because she's a genius, obviously, but I think when your storytelling is different than writing a novel with film and script writing, and I think you need someone who's very experienced like him to be able to do it, and also because he's so good at adapting her ideas and her brain into a film.
Yeah, when you read the books and then you watch the movies, you're like, how did he do this? Like, how did he manage to fit all the right pieces together for these stories? So I think he's going to be able to really help her out in terms of crafting a much better story for audiences.
I agree. So I'm pretty excited. Hopefully there's a lot of Dumbledore because I think that's just what they need. I like Newt. He's an interesting character, but Dumbledore is the juice.
Dumbledore.
Give me the Dumbies.
I want to see the battle between him and Grindelwald.
They're probably saving that to the end. Maybe if at like movie 6 or
they'll have a little battle.
They're planning 5, I think.
Yeah, 5.
So the 5th one, though. So we'll definitely
they're planning 17.
Probably. Just give me Dumbledore. Newt's cool and all, but it's all Dumbledore.
Yeah, 100%.
All right, moving on. We have a new teaser trailer for Stranger Things Season 4, which just dropped. We tuned into it and checked it out. It looks pretty cool. I like the production value has increased so much. It looks spooky and scary. It's like this haunted house vibe. I like it.
Kids are getting older, too. They're getting old. And then it looks like they're adding this haunted house element. It looks like there's a crime that happened within a family, within a house decades earlier. And then they must be investigating something to cause them to go to this house several decades after this, what apparently is a murder.
Do you think it's a murder or crime? It seems something to do with the Upside Down world because it's the shots of like the family eating dinner and like the lights are going out, the static on the radio's coming in. So maybe some sort of possession of the Upside Down world with the father, which is like the classic horror haunted house. The father killed everybody.
Yeah.
Maybe, but it seems something to do with the Upside Down for sure.
Yeah, definitely for sure.
It's going to be interesting. I'm curious to see what they do. And
I thought it was pretty ballsy. They didn't show 11 at all in the trailer, or David Harbour or Finn. The three big ones.
Just a little tease. Everyone's so upset because they hardly got to see anything. It's all, who are these? I don't want to see this family eating dinner in 1956.
When the trailer first started, I was like, is this a spinoff? But no, it should be okay. It should be pretty good.
Moving on. So there's a possible strike happening in Hollywood in the production world, which is going to basically, it could shut down all film and TV production in the United States. It's of IATSE, which is the International Alliance of Theatrical Stage Employees. They are aiming for a production strike because they want better benefits, health benefits. They want better pay, better compensation for the hours they put in, the work they do. Because, these are the people who are in charge of pretty much how movies are made. They're not the top of the line. They're the below the line talent, which is an unfortunate phrase that's what they're called. They're the camera workers, camera operators, set builders, hairstylists. I mean, all the people who work on the set, the PA, stuff like that, cinematographers, editors. So, not editors. Editors have their own guild. Do they? So it's all
They're
the
in
guilds.
this one.
So
It's everything.
So it's cinematographers,
It's a combination of them all.
producers too. The producers, too. So they're trying to get better compensation because I mean, movies are great and the stars get all the spotlight, obviously, and the directors and writers, but like the people who make the movie actually happen every day. It's all these hundreds and thousands of people that go to work every day, and they work very long hours every day and stretch into from Friday night to Saturday morning shoots, Saturday shoots. So they work probably sometimes 14 hours a day for entire weeks.
Sometimes 16 hours a day. Yeah, and it's tough work. And with the streaming advent, the pay has been questionable in terms of how like Netflix pays their crew compared to before streaming happened. So there's a lot of changes as the industry has evolved, and I think that these people got left in the dust.
Plus, with the COVID lockdown protocols and on-set protocols, it's made their lives even more stressful and the days longer and shoots longer. So it's been a tough year and a half for them. For sure.
The few people, only a certain amount of people are allowed on set, so that means that every person has to probably do more than their own job, but someone else's job for them who's not here.
Yeah, so hopefully they can work on an agreement because it would be terrible to have movies shut down and film and TV shut down.
It's never happened before. Everything shutting down.
Yeah,
that's never happened.
We've had the writers' strike back in 2008. That
14 years ago.
Yeah, so aside from that, hopefully they figure it out and they get what they deserve.
A really interesting story is that Marvel is attempting to sue the heirs of several comic book characters to retain the rights to the Avengers properties, and they're doing this because the heirs of whoever created these characters, Stan Lee and a couple others, they can take away the copyright, and they can retain the right ownership to themselves and take it away from Marvel and Disney, because the copyright only lasts a certain amount of time, and so Marvel does not want to lose the Avengers. So I'm very curious to see what happens with this story.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's a definitely questionable topic and double-sided. Like, do you side with the multi-billion-dollar corporations, or do you side with the families of the creators of these comic book movies and these properties? It's hard to pick who's in the right, who's in the wrong. I mean, I think this is just part of the corporate world that we live in, capitalist nature, where people are just trying to control what they can get money off of. But I mean, they have a right. It's their family's birthright, basically, you could say. So it's like kind of like inheriting a business, sort of.
But also, neither party actually created the characters.
Yeah, that's the ironic thing.
Neither one of them.
So I'm sure they'll figure it out. I'm sure they'll have to make some sort of settlement to the families.
Marvel is gonna shell out some cash,
big time.
Yeah, a big
Hey,
paycheck.
I mean, if you want to, they should. They're worth tens, hundreds
the
of
money
billions
they've
of
made
dollars.
off the money they've made off of them. Yeah,
and it's not Stan Lee. It's not like they're dead. Stan Lee's gone. He's not alive, so he doesn't have control over what's happening. But still, the same thing would probably be happening where he'd work a deal with Marvel.
Yeah.
But let's move on to, I think, my favorite trailer that has dropped in the last couple months is The Tragedy of Macbeth. It's a teaser. It's way better than the Stranger Things teaser. It's Denzel Washington playing the lead role of Macbeth in Joel Coen's adaptation of the play, and it looks incredibly shot with the 4:3 aspect ratio, which is the same thing with Zack Snyder's Justice League. It's black and white. Looks incredible. Denzel's Macbeth. Sign me up. Take my money.
Macbeth.
Did I say Macbeth?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
Sounds like a supervillain.
Macbeth. It's actually an Apple original and an A24 production.
Oh wow. And Joel's always been the leader of the Coen brothers. They co-direct, but he's always been like the number one of that partnership. And even the first few movies they made together, he was the solely credited director.
Like Blood Simple, he directed that.
Exactly. But no, Ethan helped too, but they weren't allowed to do co-directors.
Gotcha.
You have to have an established working relationship and filmography in order to finally be credited as a duo.
Will they flip a coin?
I think Joel has just always been
Yeah.
the leader of the two
Gotcha.
of them, is what I would say. And so I don't think Deakins is shooting this, but it looks fantastic, and I love Denzel, and Frances McDormand's in it as well. Excellent cast. Brendan Gleeson's going to be in it, so I can't wait to see this.
Yeah, and then what's his name? Dudley
Dursley.
who's been killing. He was in that Netflix movie that everybody loves with Robert Pattinson.
Killing the devil all the time.
Yeah, Devil All the Time. He's in that. All right, moving on to the casting of the Super Mario Brothers animated film, which will star Chris Pratt as Mario, Anya Taylor-Joy as Peach, and the rest of the cast is fantastic. We have like Charlie Day, I think, is Luigi.
Yeah.
Seth Rogen is Donkey Kong.
Jack Black is Bowser.
Yeah, so the cast is awesome. So this is cool. It makes me excited to finally see a good Super Mario Brothers film adaptation as opposed to the weird, scary, horrific live action one that they did several years ago. But I think there are also cons to this kind of film. Like, there are so many great voice actors out there who, voice like the animated movies that most people don't see, like the cartoon ones and a lot of the superhero ones.
And it shows, yeah.
But you wish that they would get the opportunities for these kinds of movies because, I'm sure Chris Pratt's going to be fun to hear him do like a Luigi Italian voice. But it'd be even better, I think, to have like a real voice actor do like an incredible Super Mario, it's me, Mario. Like
they should hire you.
No,
that's pretty good.
My voice is scratchy. Woo hoo yahoo! That's pretty good. That's the Super Mario 64 double jump. Woo hoo yahoo! It's me.
How much do you practice that?
How much did I practice it?
Yeah.
It's just natural.
This is now
man.
the second time this week that I've heard.
I did it better the other night.
Yeah, you did it the other night.
My voice is a little scratchy today.
And the thing is, you can understand the studio wants to sell the movie better with big names, but also it's Super Mario. It sells itself. So I don't see the need to, if it's an unknown property, get celebrity voices, but if it's a property everyone knows, like, there's no need to hire celebrities for the voice actors.
Because imagine having like one of the best voice actor out there, whoever it is, doing like a really cool Mario voice or like a Luigi voice, and like it would be cool. But I mean, it is what it is.
But also, animated is the only way Super Mario should ever be adapted. The live action, like, it showed you, like, it's such a weird, surreal, bizarre world. Like, it can only be animated for a movie,
For real.
to really work. And and Anya Taylor-Joy is Peach. That's pretty funny. And then Netflix announced that Tiger King 2 will premiere later this year. And I don't know what happens after the story concluded.
Isn't Joe still in jail?
Yeah, he's in prison, I believe.
Maybe they'd bring cameras in.
But they say there's going to be even more madness than season 1.
So maybe they have more footage from the past that them two are both recording on their own.
Must be something.
Because Joe is constantly filming on his zoo.
Yeah.
But they must be going inside the prison and interviewing him.
Yeah, he must still have tons of footage too, like boatloads of footage.
He's so funny.
It's such a bizarre show.
I'll never financially recover from this. That's like my favorite line, I think, in the entire show.
I'll never financially recover. So Tiger King, remember, it was like the first thing that really came out during the initial pandemic lockdown.
Was it that long
Yeah,
ago?
it was in March.
Wow, you're right.
And everyone was watching it. I believe it was because I believe we were locked down watching it.
If not, it started like right
before,
right around that time.
Yeah.
We got another trailer for Scott Cooper's Antlers, which looks phenomenal. It looks terrifying and really great. And this is his first
horror film
descent into horror. It's a Guillermo del Toro production, so he's obviously got the okay from him. And I can't wait to see it. The trailer looks so incredible. It's like this murder mystery with this monster like that lives in this kid's attic, and Jesse Plemons is in it. He looks really good in it.
Kerry
too.
Russell's in it. Yeah.
And it looks very scary and spooky. And is like the monster like, is he a man or is it actual like this mythical beast that some people believe in? Who knows?
And Scott Cooper is an excellent director, and I am very excited to see him in the horror genre. So I can't wait for that movie. It comes out in October, so we'll be looking for that in a month.
It's premiering at Beyond Fest.
Mm-hmm. And then Warner Brothers on HBO Max has decided that they've announced that they're going to release a 3-part HBO Max documentary, which will tell the entire history of DC over its 80-year legacy. So pretty interesting. I would definitely check it out for sure.
Yeah. And then there's a new trailer for Spencer, which is the Princess Diana film that's starring Kristen Stewart. And I love the aesthetic and the look of this film. It looks really beautiful and surreal in a way. The cinematography reminds me of Moloch for sure. Also looks very mysterious, and because no one really knows truly like what happened to her. All the conspiracy theories of like, did the royal family know what they were doing? You know, all that kind of stuff. The mystery surrounding her death and everything. So it looks pretty exciting. I want to definitely check it out.
It looks excellent, and Kristen Stewart looks like she's going to be. Looks like right now she could be the front runner for the Oscar for lead actress.
She's actually blew me away in the trailer.
Yeah,
I watched the trailer. I'm like, all right,
she can do it.
She's a great actress for sure. Not that I didn't already like her a lot, but like.
With Kristen Stewart, I've always felt like in so many of her movies, it's Kristen Stewart.
I think she just need the right role to like showcase who she really is.
She really needs to like transform. Because even Snow White, it's like, oh, that's Kristen Stewart.
Yeah.
But
it looks like she went really into this character big time, for sure.
Good for her. She definitely, for sure, has the talent. So I'm very excited to see that.
Yeah, a trailer came out for American Underdog, which stars Zachary Levi as NFL legend Kurt Warner, and this movie looks kind of meh. I love Kurt Warner. We love football, and his story is incredible. How he was, working in this grocery store after college and tried out for football teams in the NFL and became a Hall of Fame quarterback and Super Bowl champion, and I think MVP at some point. And it looks it looks interesting, but I think the problem with it is Zachary Levi's 40 years old. He looks kind of old, and he's supposed to be playing a college-age Kurt Warner.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I understand when they do like 20-year-olds in high school, that some people look very young and all the makeup and everything, but he looks like a 40-year-old man still, and he looks like he should be retiring from the NFL, unless you're Tom Brady.
Yeah, and Kurt Warner's, like you said, it's an amazing story, and that's why it's being made into a film. He went from grocery store to Super Bowl champion. It's insane.
Hall of Famer, too.
Hall of Famer, yeah, one of the best quarterbacks ever. And I think they chose Zachary Levi because, first of all, he's become very famous because of Shazam, but also I couldn't think of another actor who looks like Kurt Warner. He definitely has similar aesthetic to him.
Well, Kurt's a big guy. He's probably like 6'2", 6'3",
but also the face.
NFL quarterback.
He kind of reminds you of Kurt. But I will say he does seem very old, because even when Kurt Warner won the Super Bowl, he wasn't that old. You know what I mean? He wasn't an old man. And it looks like the dialogue's a little iffy as well. Like the coach talking to him in the office, like, that's not how players and coaches talk.
Is that going to be you someday?
Why should I give you the shot? It's like, come on.
Well, have you ever tried out for an NFL team?
No, I've never had.
So you don't know, do you?
So you loved the trailer.
I already said I didn't.
Well, I'll wait for reviews. We'll see.
Right. There's actually 2 bits of George Clooney news. So his film, The Tender Bar, starring Ben Affleck, released its first image, and it's going to be pretty cool. It's an image of Ben and then Ty Sheridan talking at a bar, which is cool because we love Ty Sheridan. And then there's a George Clooney Brad Pitt movie coming out that is going to be directed by John Watts, who made Spider-Man Homecoming, and it's sending studios and streaming platforms into this crazy bidding war because 2 of the biggest names in film of all the last 50 years in the same movie together. They haven't been together since, I think, Ocean's 13 in a film together, and they're like best buds in real life.
Yeah.
So everyone wants the property and the rights to the movie that they're going to star in together for sure.
It's going to be like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, like having the combination of those 2 stars, like that was what a lot of people went to see the movie for.
Yeah, as the leads, because Ocean's, it's an ensemble. Yeah, George, Brad, and Matt are like the leads of those movies, but and especially the last 2. But to have them 2 as the title characters is going to be sick. And the film, it's going to be Plan B Entertainment, which is Brad's production company, and Smokehouse Pictures. And also, there's really no details except for people believe they've heard that it's going to tell the tale of 2 lone wolf fixers assigned to the same job.
Oh, wow.
So
very
maybe
cool.
2 like Vincent Wolf characters trying to fix the same situation.
I'm down.
Either competing with it or I don't know.
I'm sold. Take my money.
But it should be cool.
I hope it goes to theaters. And then there's a new trailer for Paul Verhoeven's Bendetta, which is another great... He's been on the streak of making very sensual, weird, dark movies, and this is another one of those. If you're into that kind of movie, like it's very European-esque, so check that out for sure. He's made some great recent movies.
There are 2 competing new Britney Spears documentaries coming out, one at Hulu and then one at Netflix, and it's great to finally see her story being told. After all the Free Britney campaigns on social media and everyone in the internet kind of being up in the air, upset about learning all these facts about her life and the control her father had over her. And it's great for that, but also this is only happening because of, corporate competition, and the internet spawned this beginning because this has been a 2-decade situation for her. And now in 2021, people,
now they care.
Now the corporations care about making a movie and a documentary
I feel the same. It's like they're just trying to make a buck.
Yeah, it's great to hear a story. It's phenomenal that she's finally been freed of that, whatever, I forget what the term of it was called, where he had control over everything. But again, it's like they only are making it for a specific reason. Why didn't they make this 10 years ago? When I'm sure
why didn't they make this 1 year ago?
I'm sure they all knew about it. I'm sure she was telling people about her life years ago.
She's been talking about this for a while.
But no one really cared until the internet went crazy and Twitter went crazy and Instagram. So again, it's great, but also
it would have been nice if it was investigated before all the media sensation it became, and if people actually put the effort into try to reveal this truth. You know what I mean?
Try to save her life sooner.
Yeah, exactly.
When they all knew.
Yeah, everyone knew. But it is what it is. And then Alejandro Iñárritu just wrapped his new film called Bardo. We don't really know what it's about yet, but it's apparently more of a comedic film for him, a dark comedy. So he wanted to do something much different from The Revenant, much different from Birdman. So he went with a lighter tone for this film, and I am so excited. He's one of the best directors ever, so I'm definitely going to be checking out this film for sure.
Will you? For sure?
For sure.
We probably will see it a couple times in theaters.
Maybe.
There's a trailer for 19th, which stars Megan Fox and Sydney Sweeney as hot vampires. And hey, Megan Fox, she's awesome in the horror genre. I think she should just do as many horror films as possible because, again, I think those are her strengths working in that genre for sure.
Yeah, Scream Queen genre for sure. Yeah.
Like Jennifer's Body, I think is a good movie.
Yeah, for sure. And this trailer looks pretty fun. It looks like it's very much geared towards Gen Z for sure. And it's one of these scenarios where vampires actually run the city and like run everything behind the scenes. So looks like a good time for sure. I love vampires. And then Saturday Night Live has released their opening guest hosts for the first few episodes, and we have Owen Wilson.
Wow.
Wow. It's an SNL. Wow. And then Kim Kardashian West, sorry. Rami Malek. So he'll be promoting Bond. And then Jason Sudeikis will be performing after that. So great lineup of hosts there.
Eddie Murphy, he just signed a 3-picture deal at Amazon Studios, and this is what we were talking about where he was originally going to be in Twins 3, but then got replaced by Tracy Morgan because after his film Coming to America came out on Amazon Prime and it was a sensation, everyone wanted him and he became a huge commodity on the film market today. So now everyone's trying to make movies with him.
Yeah, I think it's one of the highest streamed originals they have for films.
It was like 40 million hours.
Yeah, and then the final bit of news is that Teen Wolf is going to be revived by Paramount Plus with the same creator, Jeff Davis. So I guess I've never watched Teen Wolf, but I know a lot of people who loved it when it came out a few years ago. And it's not. This definitely seems like a better story for a remake because it's the same guy who made the original is making a new version. So it's not like.
He's the guy who made the original Teen Wolf movie?
Actually, I don't know. It doesn't say original creator. I might be wrong, but we'll see.
It says with creator Jeff Davis.
Yeah.
I don't think it's. I think it's coming.
Is he the creator of Teen Wolf, or is he just a creator?
I think they're talking about the TV show.
Creators.
The the Teen Wolf TV show that came out like on it the CW?
Yeah,
a few years ago.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with the Michael J. Fox movie though.
Yeah. All right, that wraps our movie news episode number 17.
Interesting week.
Yeah, lots to talk about, and we hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. We will be letting you know how Venom Let There Be Carnage is. We'll do a review and post it probably the day after it premieres for everybody else. So it premieres on October 1st, Friday, and we'll post our review Saturday morning.
Sounds good.
Take care, everybody.
See ya.
Thanks so much for tuning in to Raiders of the Lost podcast. Be sure to subscribe if you're new. Hit the like button, leave a comment. Find us on all audio streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, wherever you listen to podcasts, you can find us. Find us on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Raiders of the Lost podcast. Be sure to check out one of these other videos right here for more content on our favorite films and breaking down all kinds of movie content. Thanks so much.